champions is making a difference right here in East Texas. And their stories of teamwork, inclusion, and community support coming right up.
And we got a cooler day ahead, plus some chances, minor chances that is, for a couple of sprinkles. We'll take a look at what that looks like in your forecast coming up. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
7:01 this morning, our top story today. A late night shooting leaves a man dead. The suspect, an 18-year-old Chuck Norris, has been found after he was initially believed to be armed and dangerous after leaving the scene. We'll have the latest on that investigation in just a few minutes. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And we're glad you're with us. I'm Dana Dixon. Well, we are starting off our Tuesday with pretty nice skies out there, although some chances of rain also in the forecast, so you better find that umbrella. Wasn't our water cooler answer this morning, but you're still going to need it.
Yeah, for sure. We got some occasional passing showers possible for today, and over the next couple of days, the better chance of rain is going to be on Friday, which we'll take a look at in just a second. But looking outside right now, just gorgeous out there. We got some clouds overhead just to the north of us. We got some shower activity just to the north there as well. That's hence why we do have a little bit of cloud cover there. Low 70s, upper 60s is where the temperatures are right now, so pretty comfortable as you step outside. Showers are trying to make their way into East Texas, but they are fizzling out very quickly. We do have some dry air in place, so anything that tries to make its way down into East Texas will fizzle out very, very quickly. So we do look to stay dry all the way through the rest of this morning. We'll be up to 88 by the time we get to 1 and 88 by the time we get to 2. Partly cloudy skies will hold on through the day today. 3-day forecast here, 89 for tomorrow, 94 as we go into Thursday, then back down to the low 80s we go on Friday with a decent chance for some thunderstorms. I'll tell you what you can expect coming up.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. 7:03 now. Developing news we're following out of Henderson County this morning. Deputies are investigating a late night shooting that left a man dead overnight. Yeah,
this happened near Westwood Beach, just south of Chandler. We're learning 18-year-old Chuck Brady Norris, the man considered a person of interest in the shooting, has been found. Authorities say after the shooting, Norris left the area in a car, but was found a couple of hours later. Sheriff Bodie Hillhouse says the shooting happened around 9 last night. Details about the shooting are limited, but we do know it all started as an altercation between Norris and the victim. Witnesses say they heard several gunshots and saw the victim in the street. People at the scene attempted to perform life-saving measures on the victim, but were unsuccessful. Again, this story is developing this morning, but we will update you as we learn more on air and online.
Now to another developing story this morning. Wood County deputies are searching for a 72-year-old man, Lawrence Maynard, who has a cognitive impairment. He was last seen around 11 o'clock last night near County Road 2798. That's just about 9 miles east of Mineola. He was wearing a gray striped shirt, gray shorts, and brown flip-flops. Maynard may be in a gray 2005 Chevy Silverado with Texas plates HKX 4749. Anyone with information on where he could be should contact the Wood County Sheriff's Office.
A Kilgore ISD student is back home recovering this morning after his family says he was allegedly assaulted on campus last week.
Yeah, that incident has sparked outrage in a packed school board meeting last night where parents demanded action. 14-year-old Lucas Hardiman suffered a fractured skull and internal bleeding after what his family describes as an unprovoked attack by another student. His grandmother says he was thrown to the ground after he made a joke. The district has faced criticism for what parents call a lack of communication, pointing to multiple emergency responses within just the first week of school. Lucas's family says they haven't heard from the district since his ER visit.
We got to protect our kids. The kids are our future. That's all we can do, just to be setting an example and make change, do better.
They need to take the appropriate actions to make sure it does not progress, because so far with this student, it has progressed in level of violence.
The Kilgore School Board president told parents they are listening and promised the issue won't be ignored. Police have filed charges against the student accused in the attack, and Lucas's family, along with others, are not calling for stronger safety measures on campus.
The school board president did respond on social media Monday morning and said in part, quote, while the district cannot release certain details, it can and will communicate openly about what steps are being taken to keep our campuses supportive and safe to the extent that it can be done without compromising campus security. Lucas's family says he will have a long road to recovery involving physical and speech therapy, along with the emotional trauma that has come with this alleged attack. There is a link on our website, CBS19.tv, to his GoFundMe. We are still waiting to hear back from Kilgore Police on what charges the other student is facing at this time.
7:06 now. A routine traffic stop in Palestine ended with a surprise discovery of drugs and weapons. And now one man is behind bars facing several charges. Police say 43-year-old Llewellyn Lynn failed to stop for officers pulling into his driveway. Instead, when officers searched his vehicle, they found over 5 pounds of marijuana and 2 guns. Search warrants then at his home and 2 other storage units uncovered more meth and marijuana and over 40 firearms. Several of them, they say, police were stolen. Lynn was booked into the Anderson County Jail, and authorities say more charges are likely as the investigation continues.
A devastating crash shut down parts of Highway 110 in White House yesterday. And this morning, investigators are still working to figure out exactly what happened. Officials say it appears to have been a head-on collision near County Road 2197. One person was killed and another seriously hurt in that rollover crash. The highway was closed for several hours while crews cleared the scene. So far, DPS hasn't released the names of those involved.
Across Texas now, the House approved a bill that would stop new permits to take out groundwater from East Texas counties until a critical study is done. House Bill 27, written by East Texas State Representative Cody Harris, was approved unanimously in favor. Governor Abbott added the proposal to the second special session after East Texas lawmakers and residents raised concerns about a controversial water proposal that could pump billions of gallons of water from the Carrizo-Wilcox aquifer. Now, for the next 16 months, the Texas Water Development Board will conduct a study on East Texas groundwater.
It's time now for your morning headlines. President Trump has fired Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. In a letter posted on his Truth social platform, the president said he fired Cook because of allegations that she committed mortgage fraud. Removing Cook would mark an escalation in what critics see as Trump's attempt to chip away at the Federal Reserve's independence. Right now, Elon Musk is targeting Apple and OpenAI in a massive antitrust lawsuit. He's going after a partnership that Apple formed with the OpenAI company to incorporate ChatGPT onto Apple products. And Musk is essentially accusing the company of prioritizing ChatGPT over other platforms, including his Grok. Now, the suit aims for money and a court order prohibiting alleged illegal tactics. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating reports of engine failures in more than 1 million Honda and Acura vehicles. The agency says a previous 2023 recall over a crankshaft defect was not to blame, and the case has been closed. NHTSA says this new probe will, quote, further evaluate the scope and severity of the potential problem and fully assess the potential safety-related issues. The investigation covers certain Honda Odyssey, Pilot, and Ridgeline models from 2016 through 2020, as well as the Acura MDX from 2016 to 2020, and the Acura TLX from 2018 to 2020. Guess what? No winner in the Powerball jackpot. The grand prize now sits at $815 million, making it the 7th largest in the lottery's history. The cash value of that payout, if taken in a lump sum, which I don't know why you wouldn't do that, would be about $368 million, but to each his own, right? The jackpot could go even higher if more people than expected buy tickets. The next drawing is tomorrow night. Of course, you also have to take out taxes.
All right, so everyone buy tickets so I can get richer, right? All right, let's get to this morning's question of the day. If you could have a theme song when entering a room, what would it be?
Oh. I have a couple that I was thinking of this morning. They're all like upbeat.
Yeah,
I feel like you want to enter
they have to be.
Right?
Whenever you walk in a room, you want to be like that sunshine.
I was thinking like Can't Stop the Feeling, you know, from the Trolls.
That's gonna
was
be
that
mine.
yours?
Yes.
Sunshine in my pocket.
It's a nice little upbeat song. I was
It
actually
is.
looking through my Spotify right now. I can't find one besides that one that would match the energy.
That's a good one.
They're all a little sad right
What
now.
about like Pharrell, Because I'm Happy? Because
Pharrell's a
I'm
good.
happy.
Any
that's
little
a great
peppy,
one.
up good song, or maybe Counting Stars. A good little soothing calmness if you walk in a room.
I don't know that it has to be calm. It has to be like full of energy
And upbeat.
pep, and that's how I try.
But what if everyone in the room is upbeat? Someone has to calm it down.
I don't think so.
What about
I like that vibe.
I gotta go with the upbeat. I'm gonna go back to the 70s and 80s. Go Mr. Blue Sky.
Oh,
Okay.
it's very fitting.
Joel, I don't even know that I've ever heard that song.
Really, Mr. Blue Skies.
Okay.
Mr. Blue.
He is an old soul over here.
Oh yeah, I love 70s and 80s music.
We have
I've
a
got
couple.
some other ones too, but I'm going to save it.
We have a couple on Facebook. Jeffrey says the song Shaft, and John saying the March of Ada. So, hey, we have this question on our Facebook. If you guys want to participate with us,
Please do.
feel free.
Well, what would the weather say? What is the weather in a song today?
Walking on Sunshine.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Okay, yeah.
Towards
I
the end
don't,
of the
I don't
week,
know
though.
that one.
That's
I lived under a rock.
We'll play it for you later.
Yes, we will. We're going to have to at this point. Let's take a look at our CBS19 on-scene unit this morning. We're driving around the loop in Tyler this morning. Let's take a little bit of a gander there. Roadways are starting to get a little bit busier this morning. Those roadways are still dry, which is a good thing. And we are dealing with some beautiful skies out there. Got a little bit of a blanket of clouds as you look to the north, but just gorgeous colors as you head out. Traffic, not too bad this morning. Let's take a look at I-20. If you're heading in that direction, westbound and eastbound, both in great shape. 2 hours to get to Dallas and an hour and 30 minutes to get to Shreveport. Maybe you're not heading on I-20, maybe US 69 is more your speed. 2.5 hours to get to Denison and an hour and a half to get to Lufkin. So should be in pretty good shape. CBS19 live radar, a nice clean sweep across the area. Got some rain showers further north over towards the Red River. Some of those showers tried to make their way into East Texas, but they failed to do so because we do have a lot of dry air in place. And any shower that does have a chance, or that does try to make their way into East Texas, will eventually move away and start to fizzle out as it continues to move to the south. Again, that's because of that dry air in place. So any shower that we get will be very, very brief. It'll fizzle out very quickly as we head into this afternoon. So therefore, I'm giving you green lights for your commute forecast for this morning and into your afternoon. We'll see highs near 91 degrees with partly cloudy skies holding on.
All right, thank you, Joel. Well, this morning we are talking about the Special Olympics Texas Breakfast with Champions, an event that celebrates athletes in the community that supports them. Joining us this morning are Melissa and Natalie Tant, a mother-daughter duo who live and breathe Special Olympics, along with Officer Bianca Smedley from the Tyler Police Department, who helps connect law enforcement with these athletes. First of all, I just want to thank you all for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
All right, let's start with Natalie. How did you first get involved with the Special Olympics, and what do you enjoy most about it?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. What do you have any certain things that you participate in?
Bowling.
Bowling. I love bowling. You know what? I'm not the best bowler, but I sure do have fun at it. How about you?
Yeah.
Melissa, tell us a little bit, as a mom and a coach, what has it meant to watch Natalie in the Special Olympics and all these other athletes grow?
Oh, I love it. Watching all these kids that are really, most of them are adults, get together and just come together and play along with each other, and they cheer each other on, especially in bowling, because I'm the bowling coach, and I encourage, if somebody knocks down one pin, we're excited.
Absolutely. You got to cheer for that, right,
yes.
Natalie? Absolutely. All right, and we've also got Officer Smedley here with us, Bianca Smedley. Why is the law enforcement torch so important in this partnership between police and the Special Olympics?
Yes, ma'am. It definitely creates that special, unique bond between law enforcement and the athletes. To them, we're seen as their heroes. I mean, it's just such a great title, heroes. We're the guardians of that flame. It definitely creates that bond. As law enforcement officers, we're here to raise awareness and inclusivity and, make sure that no one in our community is left behind.
I love that. And you helped get started, work out with a cop. So tell us a little bit about that and the impact that you've seen it have.
Yeah, so it started in 2023 when I, myself new to the unit, went to a tournament and was kind of on the sidelines, and I was like, I want to do a little bit more, but as a mom of two, I don't have time to coach or anything like that, but I wanted to get my team in there as well, because a lot of them are officers, detectives, and all that. So having one day where we can come together, work out with the community, work out with an athlete, and a first responder could bring us that unity. And I mean, every year it's like, when is it going to be? When is it going to be? So last year was in November. We're thinking about, you know, waiting for the climate to get a little bit colder for us to have another workout with the COB.
I know. I'm sure that they love that. Tell us a little
It's
about
a workout.
Yeah, tell us about that, Melissa.
I guess Natalie did the first year with
Yes.
you,
Mhm.
and I mean, they had her running just alongside with you, and it was
yes.
amazing. It was a little hot that
Yeah,
day.
it was very hot that day.
But
Yes.
yeah, we had a lot of our kids out there participating. So.
And so for all the folks watching at home, how can they help with the Special Olympics and support the Special Olympics here in East Texas?
We're on SOTX.org. We're also on Facebook. Just reach out on any way and we will connect you. We're always looking for coaches, volunteers, athletes. I mean, we'll put you to work or we'll get you in a sport. So.
Natalie, do you love it when you have people come out and support you and cheer you on?
Yes.
It's got to be the best, right?
Yes.
So what are some of the events that people can help with if they're looking to maybe help?
Well, we've got, like I said, we've got the Breakfast with Champions, so just come out and support us there. We've got bowling competition coming up. We're not sure on the date. We have, let's see, basketball is coming up.
So lots of big things. Tennis, so
Yes.
everything you can think of.
Kayaking.
Kayaking, all
Kayaking
right.
is new this year for us.
Well, it
so-
sounds pretty exciting,
It
and we're
is.
just so glad you're with us
Thank
here this
you.
morning. Thank you for all that you do
Thank
for the
you so
community and
much.
supporting these amazing
Yes.
athletes.
Thank you.
All right, let's give it a round of applause. And Jesus, over to you.
Sounds like it's going to be a great time. Thanks, Dana. All right, 7:17 now. A new battle over religion in Texas schools. Attorney General Ken Paxton is telling public schools to show the 10 Commandments in a classroom despite a federal ruling that blocked the law. While his office says the order still stands in most districts. Plus, with high school football starting this week, can you believe it? We've got a preview of an exciting East Texas matchup. That full breakdown coming up.
It's time for CBS 19 Sports.
Welcome back, East Texas. I'm Damian Bartonic, and you know what time it is. Time to talk all things sports. We are finally in late August, and that means we've got plenty of high school squads battling it out to start their 2025 campaign this week. Now, one of the games that we're showcasing on the week one edition of Under the Lights is Marshall traveling to Tyler High. And the main reason being, this could be a major statement game for both teams. But in my eyes, it comes down to these three things. Now, after watching the Lions up close and personal last week in their scrimmage against Terrell, I saw they have a lot of trust in their corners by leaving them on islands and off coverage. So that begs the question, can their corners cover Marshall's litany of skill position threats? Hey, we're going to have to see. Next, how will Marshall hold up against the Lions' up-tempo offense? Tyler High loves to go hurry up and can really attack that second level in the passing game off of no-huddle plays. And lastly, can Tyler High keep this close? Last year, this was a 41-14 blowout in favor of the Mavericks, but like the saying goes, you can never count an underdog out. I think if Tyler High keeps this one close, hey, we could see a big-time upset. But that's not the only team going to work this week. Brook Hill football is coming off of really two solid seasons, winning at least 6 games over the past 2 years. But in both cases, they were first-round playoff exits. My boy Dan Millay went out to practice yesterday and caught up with the boys from Brook Hill.
I have high expectations. I think we got some special things going on this year.
The Guard are looking to make the leap from good to great in 2025, and there's a ton of belief within this group that they can do just that.
You know, I think we're going to be able to run the ball really well this year. You know, obviously we got some big guys up front, a lot of new faces.
Most notably the Canadian, Sidney Rulo, the 37th ranked player in Texas for the class of 2027. Rulo started his sports journey like many do north of the border in the hockey rink, but after discovering his love for football, he moved to the States, first New Jersey and now East Texas, to play against the best competition high school has to offer.
So I used to play hockey all my life, and then I started playing football, started liking it, and then coaches just started connecting with me and then getting interest from them, and that's when I got offers and all that. It's a blessing for sure, but it doesn't stop right there, so I just gotta keep working, and then I got more higher goals to do.
With players from all over the country and even the world, it can be tough to get everybody on the same page in just a few weeks before first kickoff, but sounds like the Guard aren't having much trouble gelling.
The thing that we've talked about is we have the talent, I think, to make a run in the playoffs, but it's unique school, having kids arrive August 3rd and just come together as a team. I mean, that's our biggest thing, our biggest challenge is believing in our culture, learning our culture.
Even with these first 3 weeks of practice, I think we've grown so much together. I mean, we went out to eat all together just this weekend, and I think we're growing really tight as a family.
Good things seem to be coming for this Guard team, both for guys like Watson who've grown up under the East Texas lights and those looking to experience them for the first time.
Friday night games for sure. Looking forward to it. The vibes is different, so definitely looking for it.
Dan Millay, CBS19.
Now, fun fact about me, I did take ice skating lessons growing up en route to try to play some hockey. Didn't really work out for me. All right, now, thank the Lord that football season is here. I'm glad we're finally at the best time of the year. That's all the time I have for you in sports this morning. But this won't be the last you see of me, I promise. I'm going to go grab me some brekkie, and I'll see y'all soon. Morning, y'all.
Bring us some, Mark Damon. All right. We're about to step away a moment to do our over-the-air broadcast with a news update.
Yeah, we'll be right back with more here on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, all. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thank you for joining us for this news update. A Sabine County family is taking their neighbors to court after their 10-year-old son was mauled by dogs and left fighting for his life. The family says 3 dogs charged into their yard earlier this month and attacked their son while he was playing outside. He's already had 5 surgeries and more than 500 stitches. A lawsuit claims the dogs had a history of aggression and that their owners knew the animals weren't vaccinated but still allowed them to roam free. The family is suing for damages to cover medical bills and the trauma their child suffered.
Columbia head football coach John King says he's been diagnosed with mouth cancer, but he says he will continue coaching until a procedure is done at some point in the near future. King said he's hopeful doctors can remove it without radiation. He added that they plan to be proactive and get the procedure done as soon as possible, even as early as this week. Coach King is set to begin his 22nd season as the head football coach for the Lobos, and they will be playing at home this Friday against Lufkin. Meanwhile, Governor Greg Abbott and Texas lawmakers are pushing to make ivermectin easier to obtain by removing the prescription requirement.
Now, the Texas House Committee on Public Health has now approved a bill that would allow pharmacists to provide the drug directly to patients. State Representative Joanne Schaffner of Nacogdoches wants pharmacists to hand out ivermectin without a prescription, saying it's been safely used for decades and Texans should have the freedom to choose. But an East Texas pharmacist says it should be kept behind the counter.
As a pharmacist, we are the last line of defense between any medication and a patient and any adverse effects that goes along with that. So as long as I can have a conversation with the patient and I can either persuade them to see a prescriber or I can make sure they're taking the medication safely, I would prefer that.
If this bill passes, pharmacists will have to give clear instructions on how to use ivermectin safely, and they'll have to report how many doses they sell each year.
All right, let's get a check in our forecast now with Joel. It is a terrific Tuesday this morning.
It is a terrific Tuesday indeed, and it's going to continue to be that way as we continue into the afternoon. Staying partly cloudy all the way through this afternoon, maybe even mostly cloudy skies will arrive as we head into the later parts of today. We'll be up to about the upper 80s to low 90s this afternoon. Should stay pretty dry from any rain showers. As we look at our future skycast, a couple of rain showers will try to make their way over towards I-20, but we do have a lot of dry air in place that will keep the rain from really continuing, and they will be fizzling out pretty quickly. That will be the case for your Wednesday and even into your Thursday before we get in on some decent soaking rain by the time we get to Friday evening and into your Saturday morning. So your 7-day forecast here going forward will be up to 91 degrees for today, down to 89 for tomorrow. Back up to the low 90s we go as we head into Thursday. Then we make our way back down into the low 80s with additional showers and thunderstorms. We're really, again, watching for the Friday evening and early Saturday time frame for rain.
7:33 now. Welcome back to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. This is what's coming up in our second half hour. Illinois families counting their blessings after a fire engulfed their home while an 8th grader slept inside. William Engel was rushed to the hospital, but thanks to quick action and a supportive community, he's safe and holding on to one important lesson in the aftermath.
And a law firm admits it made an error in releasing records tied to the Robb Elementary School shooting. Only a sample of the documents went to the Texas Attorney General. With more than 26,000 pages and 8,600 emails still to be released, we'll break down what's coming next.
And here's an overview of your 7-day forecast. So we'll be up to 91 degrees today, staying partly cloudy and mostly dry. Then we're down to 89 as we move into Wednesday, back up to 94 degrees as a warm front pushes into the area on Thursday. And then we're back down to the low 80s as we head into Friday, with a much more robust chance for rain lingering into parts of your Saturday. And then we'll be much drier as we continue on into Sunday and Monday, with temperatures inching their way back up to the middle to upper 80s. We'll break down details in your forecast later on CBS 19 Plus.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Yes, good morning, y'all. Thanks for staying with us on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Dana Dixon.
Yeah, we're glad you're sticking around with us this morning. I'm Jesus Martinez. We have new information this morning. An 18-year-old has been found in connection with a deadly shooting at Henderson County. Deputies confirmed the suspect is no longer on the run. Now, the shooting happened around 9 last night on Westwood Beach. That's just south of Chandler. At first, they thought Chuck Norris was considered armed and dangerous, but the victim of that deadly shooting has now been identified as 35-year-old Corey Starnes. Authorities say anyone with information about this shooting should contact the Henderson County Sheriff's Office.
The Sabine County family is taking their neighbors to court after their 10-year-old son was mauled by dogs and then left fighting for his life. The Bragg family says 3 dogs charged into their yard earlier this month and attacked their son while he was playing outside. He's already endured 5 surgeries and more than 500 stitches. A lawsuit claims the dogs had a history of aggression and that their owners knew the animals weren't vaccinated but still allowed them to roam free. The Braggs are suing for damages to cover medical bills, pain, and the trauma their child has endured. A San Antonio man is facing charges after allegedly abducting a 15-year-old East Texas girl and then taking her to New Mexico. Investigators say Kyle Ekman met her on social media, picked her up in Rusk County, and refused to let her go home. Police caught him after a chase ended in a crash. He is now in custody in Luna County, New Mexico, charged with kidnapping, assault, and child abuse. The teen is safe and will reunite with her family soon.
Longview head football coach John King says he's been diagnosed with mouth cancer, but says he will continue coaching until a procedure is done at some point in the near future. King said he's hopeful doctors can remove it without radiation and added they plan to be proactive about it and get the procedure done as soon as possible, even as early as this week. Coach King is set to begin his 22nd season as the Lobos head football coach, and he has never missed the playoffs in his 21 seasons. The Lobos will be playing at home this Friday against Lufkin.
Well, this morning, a law firm says it made an error in releasing records tied to the Robb Elementary School shooting. At last night's school board meeting, the district's attorney said only a sample of the documents sent to the Texas Attorney General was released. More than 26,000 pages and 8,600 emails will be released in the coming days. No hallway camera video will be released, though, as it's being held by Texas DPS, which is involved in its own litigation over the footage.
Meanwhile, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is telling public schools across the state of Texas to post the 10 Commandments in their classrooms starting next Monday. That's despite a recent court ruling to block a new law to going into effect. Now, Senate Bill 10 requires schools to display them, even if they're provided by them, and school districts don't have to buy them themselves. Several districts sued to block the measure, and a federal judge, temporarily sided with them. However, according to Paxton's office, the ruling only applies to 9 school districts, none of which are in East Texas. Governor Greg Abbott and Texas lawmakers are pushing to make ivermectin easier to obtain by removing the prescription requirement it has to it.
Yeah, the Texas House Committee on Public Health has now approved a bill that would allow pharmacists to provide the drug directly to patients. State Representative Joanne Schaffner of Nacogdoches wants pharmacists to hand out ivermectin without that prescription, saying it's been safely used for decades and Texans should have the freedom to choose. But Tyler pharmacist Carter Henderson says it should be kept behind the counter, kind of like Sudafed, so patients can be counseled on safe and proper use.
As a pharmacist, we are the last line of defense between any medication and a patient and any adverse effects that goes along with that. So as long as I can have a conversation with the patient and I can either persuade them to see a prescriber or I can make sure they're taking the medication safely, I would prefer that.
Now, if this bill passes, pharmacists will have to give clear instructions on how to use ivermectin safely, and they'll have to report how many doses they sell each year.
7:39 now. Lindale families rebuilding their lives after a fire destroyed their home. And for one junior high student, it comes on top of another heartbreaking loss.
But now the community is stepping up to help in a big way. CBS 19's Ayana Aird shows us how they are supporting the family.
The fire took a lot of memories away.
8th grader William Angel was home alone asleep when he woke up to what he thought was his AC overheating. Moments later, his entire home was engulfed in flames.
I realized there was smoke all over the place, and my first instinct was to get out of the house.
William was rushed to the hospital for smoke inhalation.
Just a miracle that my son had made it out of the house alive.
A lot of things that were replaceable can be replaced, but it's, in good ways, it's knowing that I know there's people out there that can help in any situation.
It's not the first tragedy this family has faced. William lost his father last year to a lung disease. His dad's final gift, a heart transplant that saved the life of 11-year NBA veteran Scott Pollard.
At first it was rough, but it just gotten easier, and then rough again, but it's getting easier.
Helping ease the pain is the outpouring of love from friends, family, and Lindale ISD. Several campuses hosted a Hat Day fundraiser. I was able to let Pamela know how much the junior high raised alone.
The junior high alone raised $1,500.
Wow.
Yes. How does that make you feel?
Excited and sad at the same time. Never knowing that a community this big would help out a person that they hardly knew.
Through the heartbreak, William says he's holding on to one thing that helps him push forward.
Always be happy. Keep a smile on your face.
In Lindale, I'm Ayana Aird, CBS 19.
The family has set up a GoFundMe to help rebuild after the fire. To donate, visit our website, cbs19.tv. It is time now to look at some of today's trending videos and stories, and this first one is going to hurt someone's bank account in the near future
Not mine.
if they purchase. Luxury handbag and luggage maker Louis Vuitton is branching out. I've seen this. On Monday, the company announced its first cosmetics collection is set to debut. It's called Le Beauté, I'm guessing. The collection will feature lipsticks, lip balms, and eyeshadows. In testing of the products earlier this year, some customers liked the look of the products. Others said they were too pricey. Now, if you want a lipstick, it will cost you at least $160. Louis Vuitton cosmetic products will be available at some of its stores and the company's website starting this Friday. It's almost like you don't want to use it,
right?
If it's like triple the amount of even a high-end.
How much is a handbag?
A handbag? I mean, they're thousands.
It's cheaper, relatively speaking, but
I mean,
still,
right? Because you get to keep it, and I have to say, with Louis Vuitton, they also, like, if you have an issue, they will replenish your bag, so they're good about that. But probably not a lipstick.
No. How much does a lipstick usually go for?
I mean, in a higher end, probably $20, $30 if you're buying high end. If you're buying drugstore, you know, like $12. I don't know.
That price can't be justified. Damien's like, I got thoughts.
I mean, you're a Louis Vuitton woman, Dana, but
I don't know. I'm not buying the whatever dollar.
I can hear the cha-ching.
Cha-chings, and
I
it's
feel
going
like
to hurt
some
bank
people
accounts.
will purchase it to say they purchased it and maybe keep it on their counter, like
just to show it off and say,
some
hey,
people have
I
really
it.
pretty makeup counters. I'm not one of those people, but some people do.
We just carry stuff around. All right, now we've talked about this before, but the love for our pups here in East Texas deserves another shout out. Today is the biggest year for man's best friend. It is National Dog Day, right in the middle of the dog days of summer. Dogs give their owners so much love and comfort and, of course, some unconditional love. So this is the perfect day to treat your pooch to an extra walk, grooming, or even an extra treat. National Dog Day was founded 2 decades ago by animal rescue advocate and dog trainer Colleen Page. The date of August 26th is personal for her. That's the date her family adopted their first dog from an animal shelter when Paige was just 10 years old. I didn't know there's a story behind that.
It's sweet. I love that. It is National Dog Day at my house every day.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Any pup cups for dogs?
Oh, always. I get her one every time
You
I go.
do?
Oh,
Every
yeah.
day?
Not every day, but a lot. Yeah.
Does she eat it all?
Is that a trick question?
Does she eat it all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, she definitely does her thing.
We drop plenty on the floor but mine have sensitive tummies, so we don't do that, but they get all the love all the time.
Good old love.
Well, it looks like someone is loving, speaking of, some cool weather up north. A grizzly bear at the Milwaukee County Zoo was spotted taking a dip in the pool while Milwaukee enjoyed a rare August chill. The zoo shared this footage this week, calling it a very good day. Temperatures topped out around 72 degrees. Can we have some of that?
Please.
Giving the bear plenty of reason to splash around. The National Weather Service says Milwaukee will see a fall-like week with mostly highs in the 60s and 70s. Perfect weather for both bears and humans looking to beat
You got some
the
claws.
heat.
That's
Yeah.
me.
You
That's
see
me
that?
right there. That's
Yeah.
me in bear form right there.
Just the bare necessities.
That's me. You know what I'm saying? That's me just chilling in the pool, having me a good old time. You know, that's me.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
Joel, you're up from that area, generally speaking, in the Midwest. Is this like normal?
This is actually below average. We're in a below average pattern in the Midwest. Usually we're around the 70s, maybe 80s by this time. We definitely, like around this time, we get some cooler nights. We're usually bottoming out in the 50s by that time. Upper 50s, low 60s.
We don't know what that's like
No.
here in East
We don't.
Texas.
Not
I thought
until
it was
winter.
cool this
Who makes
morning.
the weather?
Who makes the weather?
Yeah, Mother Nature. So tell her to push that cold front a little bit south.
I'll slip her a 20. How about that?
Yeah, we'll see how that works.
I'll tip.
Okay, cool, man. That's good.
All right, well, still ahead. Joel, you think you got some weather going on?
Yeah, speaking of weather, right? Let's bring the weather over here, or let's talk about the weather over here. I wish we could bring the weather over here, right? That was below average temperatures, not quite there. We are a little bit below average. It's, you know, East Texas wise, still a little bit below average. We'll be in the upper 80s to low 90s for this afternoon. We're usually around the 94-degree mark for this time of year. We look to be a little bit below that. Our satellite radar shows some fizzling showers off to the north. Most of the shower activity is off to the north, and that will continue to be that way as we continue on through the rest of today. Jet stream right overhead Oklahoma, that's bringing in some widespread showers and thunderstorms. I think we'll have a chance to get in on that, especially as we go into Friday afternoon and into Saturday morning. Again, most of it will stay to the north. Some of it tries to make its way over East Texas, but it will fizzle out very, very quickly because we do have some dry air in place. That'll continue to affect our weather over the next few days. Occasional passing showers will be possible across the area, but again, anything that tries to develop will fizzle out rather quickly until we get to Thursday. I think we'll have a better chance for showers to kind of keep going because we do have a warm front on the way. But again, the better chance of showers and some good soaking rain is going to be on Friday afternoon into Saturday morning. But in the meantime, dealing with mostly dry conditions, we'll be up to 94 by the time we get to Thursday. Down to the lower 80s for Friday. We continue to stay that way through the weekend with drier conditions entering the area as we go into Sunday and Monday.
Love those 80s. Thank you, Joel. Well, still ahead this morning. A new study may have uncovered an early warning sign of cognitive decline. We'll tell you what researchers are saying coming up.
And who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? This 11-year-old rescue dog is helping scientists test a pill that could extend senior dogs' lives. We'll show you how it works just ahead. 7:49 on this Tuesday morning. Welcome back. Scientists may have found a new early warning sign of cognitive decline. A study from the Society for Neuroscience shows that as people age, some begin to misread emotions in others, and they may see neutral or even negative expressions as positive ones. Researchers call this positive emotion bias and says it is likely linked to changes in the brain associated with cognitive decline. And if there's one flaw dogs have, is that they don't stay long enough with us. CBS News correspondent Itai Hod reports one biotech company in California is trying to fix that with a pill plan to help our best friends stick around just a little bit longer.
They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But here in Santa Clara, California, we met a mutt who's out to master the best one yet.
Come on, Cheddar.
How to stay a little longer.
He's been there for me, really through thick and thin.
A rescue, Cheddar has been part of Courtney Farrow's life since college.
All right, come on.
But at 11, even the best boys start to slow down. So when she heard about a pill that might extend his life, she signed him up.
Any questions?
The trial, run by Bay Area company Loyal, has enrolled more than 1,000 senior dogs to see if a daily dose can keep them thriving longer.
Good boy.
Dr. Amit Atwal, one of 70 vets participating in the study, says the pill mimics the effect of calorie restriction, which has been shown to slow aging in animals.
We're hoping for at least 1 year of very good quality life on top of what they already have.
The FDA said there's enough evidence to suggest it could work, but full approval could be a few dog years away. It all comes as pet spending in the U.S. is soaring from $90 billion in 2018 to over $150 billion in 2024. Dr. Dana Varble, the Chief Veterinary Officer for the North American veterinary community, says it's part of a bigger shift in focusing more on the health of our furry friends.
The idea of creating medication that can change the aging process is really revolutionary. And I'll tell you why. We don't have it coming for humans. So the fact that this is being pursued and being pursued very actively is really remarkable.
Come on, let's go.
Because when it comes to man's best friend, hitting pause on the clock no longer seems far-fetched.
Just like that.
Itai Hod, CBS News, Santa Clara, California.
Thanks for joining us here on CBS 19 Plus. I'm CBS 19 meteorologist Joel Robinson. Let's look at your forecast for today and the next several days here. Timing out your Tuesday, we'll be in the middle 80s by noon, upper 80s by the time we get to this afternoon, with partly to mostly cloudy skies beginning to build. As we look at our satellite and radar here, we do have some showers to the north that are trying to make their way into East Texas, but we do have some dry air in place that are making these showers fizzle out very, very quickly. Meanwhile, to the north over Oklahoma, the jet stream is right overhead, and that's why we're seeing just this large area of rain. I think we will have a similar scenario over East Texas as we go into Friday evening into Saturday morning as that jet stream continues to push south. This is what I'm talking about. So subtropical jet stream, polar jet stream over here. The subtropical jet will make its way further to the south. That will bring in some rain chances and some cooler temperatures, especially as we go into this weekend. Here's what it looks like in your future skycast. At least in the meantime, we will have a chance for some more showers to try to make their way into East Texas. But again, because of that dry air in place, we will have a decent chance for these showers to just fizzle out altogether. The most we could probably get is either nothing at all or maybe some sprinkles. Again, that'll linger into your day on Wednesday and even into parts of Thursday, potentially, although we do have a warm front that will be moving in some warmer and much more moist air, so that any shower or thunderstorm that does develop on Thursday will have a better chance of just continuing to move on. And then we get into Saturday and that Friday time frame, larger area of rain. We're talking about a deep soaking rain possible as we go into Friday and into Saturday, a lot like what Oklahoma is seeing. But again, we're watching for temperatures to fall into the low 80s. We got a little bit of a fake fall, if you will, as we go into this weekend. We dry out by the time we get to Sunday and into Monday.
All right, it's time now for our daily question for this morning. Here it is. If you could have a theme song when entering a room, what would it be?
I got a feeling by the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, I got a feeling.
I don't know if we can sing without getting sued, but yeah, it's that one.
Lame, I'm hating on that answer. I'm hating.
You hate it?
I'm hating on that answer.
Why?
My answer, easy. It's by James Brown. It's called The Boss. I feel like it embodies me. You know what I mean?
You're the boss?
I paid the cost to be the boss. You know what I mean? So I paid my
like
dues,
it.
you know, and I continue to pay my dues every day, you know?
There
You got any new guesses of what you would walk into?
I feel like because of my love for Nintendo, it would be something along the lines of like one of the Mario Kart songs for one of the tracks.
Would it be
But it's like the sound of my childhood. I feel like it really defined a lot of my childhood. Just the music and video games for sure, especially Nintendo.
Would it be like the Mario Kart theme song?
Oh, the Mario Kart theme song, some of the theme songs over the tracks. It's hard to decide. They've got some really good music.
I was thinking about like Michael Bublé, "Feeling Good." just something that would make people feel good. I also I'm like Googling some like woman power girl theme songs.
Girl
I
power.
like "Girl on Fire" or "This Girl Is on Fire."
Oh, that's a good song.
Is on fire.
It's a legendary song.
Try to be.
I'm not mad at it.
I got the red on today. It works.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But if I had to pick a song that's just from an artist, like a popular artist, I would say "Mr. Blue Sky" by Electric Light Orchestra.
And I know what that song is now
You
because
know
it got
what that
played.
is.
Hey, I heard it sung.
heard
I heard it sung this morning.
That's right.
Yeah, you
that.
did. You're welcome, by the way.
We also have some people chiming in on Facebook too, which we appreciate, by the way. Karen says the Mission Impossible theme. That would be a good one.
Okay.
Julie says depends on the day and the place, but I feel like y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here for some occasions, you know.
When your kids are giving you all the business, right?
And then Viola says she likes any old-time rock and roll.
I love it.
Some good guesses out there.
It really is. I'm going to be playing my theme songs all day.
All day.
As I walk into a room, I'm just going to carry my phone and start playing.
All of it. All right, we're about to step away for a moment while we break into the over-the-air broadcast with a news update.
We'll be right back with more here on CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. We're learning new details this morning about a deadly shooting overnight in Henderson County. Deputies say 18-year-old Chuck Norris shot and killed Corey Starnes. Now, the shooting happened around 9 last night on Westwood Beach. That's just south of Chandler. Deputies say the two men got into some sort of argument. So that's when Norris got a handgun from his car and shot Starnes. Now, Norris left the scene, but later turned himself in from a convenience store in Frankston. Starnes' body has been sent out for an autopsy.
A Kilgore ISD student is back home recovering this morning after his family says he was allegedly assaulted on campus last week.
Now, that incident has sparked outrage in a packed school board meeting last night where parents demanded action. 14-year-old Lucas Hardiman suffered a fractured skull and internal bleeding after what his family describes as an unprovoked attack by another student. Now, his grandmother says he was thrown to the ground after making a joke, and the district has faced criticism for what parents call a lack of communication, pointing to multiple emergency responses within just the first week of school. Lucas's family says they haven't heard from the district since his first ER visit, and the Kilgore School Board president told parents they are listening and promised the issue won't be ignored. Police have filed charges against the student accused in the attack, and Lucas's family, along with others, are now calling for stronger safety measures on campus.
Well, now to Austin, where the Texas House approved a bill that would stop new permits to take out groundwater from East Texas counties until a critical study is completed. House Bill 27, written by State Representative Cody Harris, was approved unanimously in favor. Governor Abbott added the proposal to the second special session after East Texas lawmakers and residents raised concerns about a controversial water proposal that could pump billions of gallons of water from the Carrizo-Wilcox aquifer. Now, for this next 16 months, the Texas Water Development Board will conduct a study on East Texas groundwater. Well, it's looking pretty as you get ready to head out this morning. Got some blue skies out there, but maybe don't forget your umbrella just in case.
Yeah, just in case. We have a slight chance of a passing shower today, but I think most of the activity will fizzle out before it gets to East Texas. A lot of us staying partly to mostly cloudy through the day. We'll be up into the upper 80s to low 90s. Now, timing everything out on your future skycast, lots of rain to the north. That'll continue to stay that way as we head into this afternoon. Some of it tries to make its way into East Texas, but again, we have some dry air in place, so anything that tries to develop or try to move in will fizzle out very quickly. I think that'll be the same case for your Wednesday as well. Until we get to Thursday, then some warmer and more moist air comes into the area, and we'll see a little bit more in the way of rain chances going into the forecast. Anything that will develop will have a better chance to actually continue on. And then we get to that Friday evening into Saturday morning time frame. We have a chance for some decent soaking rain. Here's your 7-day forecast. So we're back up to the low 90s for Thursday, back down to the low 80s as we head into this weekend. Things will dry out by the end and start up next week.
At 8:02 this morning, we're learning new details this morning about a deadly overnight shooting in Henderson County. Deputies say 18-year-old Chuck Norris shot and killed Corey Starnes. Now, the shooting happened around 9 last night on Westwood Beach, south of Chandler. Deputies say the two men got into some sort of argument. That's when Norris got out a handgun from his car and shot Starnes. Norris left the scene, but later turned himself in from a convenience store in Frankston. Starnes' body has been sent out for an autopsy.
A Kilgore ISD student is back home after what his family says was an unprovoked attack at school. 14-year-old Lucas Hardiman suffered a fractured skull and internal bleeding. Police have filed charges against the student accused in the attack. Now Kilgore parents are calling for stronger campus safety measures, and they showed up at last night's board meeting to voice their concerns.
And Governor Abbott and Texas lawmakers are pushing a bill to make ivermectin easier to get without a prescription. The House Public Health Committee approved the measure, but some pharmacists want to keep it behind the counter to make sure it's safe use. If passed, pharmacists must give clear instructions and report annual doses.
Well, here's one more look at your forecast before you head out. A lot of us will stay dry today. We'll be partly cloudy to mostly cloudy as we head into this afternoon. We'll top out around the upper 80s to low 90s. We do have some showers that are trying to make their way into East Texas. But again, as we look at our future skycast, we do have a lot of dry air in view here in place. So anything that does try to develop and move its way over East Texas will likely fizzle out very, very quickly. and the most it'll likely amount to is maybe a few sprinkles. But we go into Wednesday, same kind of story, and then we get a warm front to move in as we go into Thursday, and then the showers and thunderstorms that do develop on your day on Wednesday, or Thursday, excuse me, will have a better chance to continue to track across East Texas. And then we get into Friday and into Saturday. We have a better chance for some decent soaking rain. So that's something that we're going to have to watch for. But at least those temperatures are very comfortable in the low to mid 80s, and then we'll be drying out by the time we get to Sunday and into your Monday.
Well, with all that rain this weekend, this might be the perfect thing for you is maybe sit in and watch a movie. Your zodiac sign can help you find love and match, but did you know it can also help you decide what to stream? Yeah, Netflix is now offering show and movie recommendations based on your zodiac sign. The new astrology hub called Your Zodiac Watch List launched last week. The row of curated titles matches the vibes of your zodiac sign. And here's a sample. Netflix recommends those born under the Aquarius sign should either binge watched Stranger Things, Resident Alien, and Venom: The Last Dance.
Okay, I guess that's what I'll be
I wonder
watching then.
what the thinking was behind this
What is
specific
the
type
science?
of people. Yeah. I was like, what if I'm a Taurus, but like, let's say I was an Aquarius, so what if I don't like any of those things?
I don't know. Maybe you just give them a try. And see if
I'll
you
give it
do.
a try. I'll have to check out what Taurus is later today for all those recommendations.
I always wonder, I'm not really a zodiac sign person, but I know a lot of people are.
They are.
I'm a Pisces, and I know nothing of really what that means.
There are people that are hardcore. This is what's happening today.
Do you know what I like about it? I like my birthstone. But that doesn't have anything to do with being a Pisces. I know nothing really.
Yeah.
For me, it's really interesting. You said a lot of people are into it. Look, I met a lot of ladies in my day that are into it. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I would tell you like this. They'll come to me. They'll be like, "Oh, what's your sign?" Blah blah. And I'll tell them, "Oh, I don't know." But I be lying. I know I'm a Taurus.
You know.
I just don't want to tell them.
Wait, what's your birthday? I feel like we talked about
May 17th.
Okay, we're pretty
the best
close.
Day.
I'm on the 3rd.
Okay. Not as good as 17th, but I'll respect it.
We're both
What's your
stubborn as it
sign?
is.
I'm Aquarius.
Okay.
So that would be for you.
That's what I was
things.
saying earlier.
You should-
Yeah, no, I was born in February, so I think I'm what they call a cusp.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
I was
me-
born on February 18th. I think that's between Pisces and Aquarius. I think that's what it is.
I'm a Pisces.
There you go.
Look at y'all.
We should call up someone who knows.
You tell us. Let us know how your zodiac
See how all that works
Netflix
out.
situation goes. I'm going to look mine up too. All
See how
right.
it goes.
Thank you so much for continuing your day with us here on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Catch the noon show coming up on CBS 19 and CBS 19 Plus, and keep it here for the latest news weather throughout the day. And we hope you have a good morning.
And here's what's coming up on CBS 19 Plus. See you later today.